Alright y'all, today we'll be making char-grilled crabs. It's the best way to make them outside of boiling them. I'm sorry, Maryland, I'm telling y'all, it's pressure. Let's get into it. So boom, of course we had to go to a seafood lot to get our crabs. So today at the seafood lot, they had bushels that they were selling for $55. A bushel usually comes with 5 dozen crabs, but they gave us a total of 73 crabs, which is a little over 6 dozen. That's the perks of going to a seafood lot. They always give you more than you need. Now these aren't the biggest crabs. I wouldn't use them to boil. I would use them more for like gumbo crabs, or in this case, I'm using them to char grill. Now there's two simple ways to tell the difference between a female and a male crab. The female crab will have orange looking claws compared to the male crab that'll have blue claws. You can kind of think of it as fingernail polish. This is what a male crab would look like. It's really that simple. Other than that, you can figure it out because the mature female crab will have a wider backside compared to a male crab that would have more of a narrow. Now that we can tell the difference, we're going to go ahead and break our crab down. We want to go ahead and separate the top shell from the body. And in the South, we don't waste no part of nothing. We're going to put that head to the side. You can use that to stuff crabs and all that. Now we want to go ahead and remove the lungs. In New Orleans, we call that the dead man. We're going to take that off and put that to the side. If you're new to eating crabs, some people might confuse that with meat, and it's not. You don't want to eat that part. And from there, we're going to remove the face or mouth, whatever this called. I don't even know what part of it is. Just remove it. And again, we're going to put all our scraps to the side. And some crabs will have a lot of fat in them. Some don't have as much. You can leave that in or take it out as well. But really, that fat holds so much flavor into the crab. And I love it when I'm boiling crabs. Some people might be disgusted by it, but I'm telling y'all, there's so much flavor in that. Now you want to use a spoon or a knife to crack the claws. This is just to let that marinade seep through into it and get more flavor into our crab meat. Just make sure you don't break it all the way off. And like I said earlier, you don't want to waste nothing. You can use the heads to make stuffed crabs. You can use all of this to make a stock, or you can make crab fat rice with it. And I'm telling y'all, it's fresh. And since we're going to have flavor all throughout this, I'm going to really make sure to clean it thoroughly because you're going to be sucking all the flavor all throughout this and you don't want to be getting no dirt on you. I just like to add that little extra step in there. You don't have to clean them. I just choose to. Now for our marinade, I'm going to come with a whole bottle of Italian dressing. You pop the top off and just throw it all on in there. It's really a simple marinade, but it's going to have so much flavor. And now we're going to come with some hot sauce for the spice. I like a lot of hot sauce. Add what your preference is. It doesn't matter. If you don't like hot sauce, don't add it at all. Now, garlic puree is one of the best things that could have happened to the food world. It's so much better than canned minced garlic, and it's more convenient to just use this over chopping your garlic. In this case, I'm going to use roasted garlic, and it has so much flavor. Then we have our dry seasonings. I had garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and your favorite crab oil. Just remember, if you ain't sneezing, it ain't seasoned. And again, this is not set in stone. You can always adjust to your preference. Go ahead and pour it all on top of our crabs, and we're going to let it marinate for 15 to 30 minutes. You don't want to go over that with seafood. 15 to 30 minutes is more than enough time to get all that flavor to penetrate throughout our crabs. If you go over that time, you pose the risk of making your crab meat mushy. It's still going to be very flavorful and delicious, but you don't want mushy crabs. Now we're going to put our crabs face down on the hot charcoal grill for about 5 to 7 minutes. Go ahead and lift the lid, and then we're going to flip all the crabs over to the other side and cook for another 10 minutes or so. And while that's going, we're going to go ahead and get our basting sauce together. If y'all thought we didn't have enough flavor now, let's go ahead and get into this. You want to get 8 ounces of your favorite butter. I went with Kerrygold, and then we're going to come with some fresh lemon juice, the garlic paste again, and then some fresh parsley. Finish it off with some crab oil, and we're going to pop that in the microwave just to get it nice and melted, and this is going to be our basting sauce. It's that simple. Now we're going to go ahead and take this to the grill. This is very similar to char-grilled oyster, so if you had that before, you already know that's full of flavor. So you want to make sure you really get into that cavity of the crab and that opening so that flavor can go all throughout your meat, and we have those cracks in our claws, so you want to make sure that you get those claws too and seep that butter all throughout there. And don't be scared that you're being too heavy-handed. You want to be heavy-handed. Add all the butter on there and make sure you get all the flavor throughout. The butter seeping down into the grates is what's going to make that flame go, and you're going to really get that char at this point. Now we're going to go ahead and add as much Parmesan as the Lord allows. I need all that. I know some people are going to say, oh, cheese on crabs, argue with your mom. Now just go ahead and look at that. Yes, Lord. Eat them off the grill, and just like my name, you're all done.